Welcome back, everybody. That art looks terrible, doesn't it? Well, it was done like painfully quickly, but it got down what I wanted to get down. Her legs are super thin right here, but this was a general concept design for the mother of the hen6. I did not want her to be the original design. Original design was somewhat childish, and yeah, no, it's not perfect. It's not good, but it gets down what I wanted to get across. Okay. Here we go. I might reuse her earlier design, because when I bring up her and Drake's, and I'm gonna go ahead and ruin this because we know she's an adopted daughter. Amy's adoptive parents, or Amy's biological parents, will show up, and we'll find out who they are fairly quickly before I show this backstory. But there's a story behind all that, and it involves Drake's parents, and Amy's parents, and and the Hensiks. Well, I guess are they technically the only ones still alive. I'll go ahead and ruin that for you. Amy's parents are dead. Amy's real parents, I say. That's not really the big spoiler. It's who they are, not so much whether they live or not. Well, like I said, she'd probably be wearing a slightly different. She'd probably be in like shorts so much, and not unlike her daughter. She'd probably not be wearing her full overalls. A little bit perturbed. Don't like that. I like his pose in general. Let's go back down to that layer. So let's figure out what's going on in the rest of the house. Because all I've drawn so far is the kitchen table. I kind of want him to be. He's the man. He thinks of himself as the king of this house. His wife might have objections to that, but he thinks that, anyways. There's probably, and she lets him think that for most of the time. Most. Like 95% of the time, she lets him think he's the king. I think he's looking down at his food appreciatively, actually. I guess. I approve of this meal. You can barely tell because of his mustache and how it covers up most of his face. The mustache is freaking epic beard. He's like, yes, this looks delicious. Like always. Yes, and these two are the definition of Darkwing Duck kind of stuff. You know, they're really, they can be kind of silly and childish most of the time, especially her. But when push comes to stuff, they're probably the most powerful people here in this room right now. Mostly because of experience and power. Now, the question is, what do we got on the plates? Multiple piles of steak, maybe? T-bone steak. Steaks. Bunches and bunches and bunches. Bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches. Can you have steak without mashed potatoes? They can, but it would be a sorry. Case of steak. Of course, you can't have mashed potatoes without at least some gravy. Probably put in a gravy boat. Almost looks like they're just heading down to the Thanksgiving. If that's the case, then I might just throw it in turkey. They have 2 sets of meats. Probably something right here, which I guess is like a goulash or something. Amy's got her plate, she hasn't made it yet. Andre's got some stuff, probably some steak. He's probably got some stuff. And there's probably got some. Let's see what he's got down here. He's probably got some like some sort of salady stuff, and can't have any. Can't have a big hearty meal like this without dinner rolls. I grew up in the South. That's what I'm used to on Thanksgiving and Christmas tables. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, it's Sunday. So by sundown, Hanukkah begins. I do good English. Hanukkah begins at sundown, I believe is correct. Let me go check my calendar for a minute. It's right here. It shouldn't be too bad. I ran into the popcorn tin. Ow. Yes. Hanukkah begins at sundown on Sunday the 6th. So for those who are Jewish, I don't know if you say Happy Hanukkah or anything like that, but that's one of the many holidays that occurs during the months of December. The month of December and into January. There's going to be some other holidays that go into January. Happy Hanukkah. Oh, so it looks like somebody, one of my friends Skyped me. Let me go figure out what she said. I will be back shortly. Bye. She was just reacting to a video I sent her. She was feeling down, and I showed her a video of cats marching. Alright, let's first off, let's remember that Amy is tiny and has such of Drake. If it comes up to Drake's back, if it comes to Drake's back, it's probably almost to her head, the back of her head. And it definitely is up to the back of her mother's head. Her mother is actually shorter than her. Don't ask me how that works. I'm not even gonna try and logic that out. I just like the concept of her being this tiny little woman and being this mountain of a man. Okay, there's the general shape of what's on the thing. Maybe some napkins. They definitely have utensils right here, and he's already got one of his, but there's probably more over there, and Jason's not even using his utensils, because it's Jason. I do remember that it's lofted. It's big and like open with a multi-layer screen, or like it's shaped like that, because that's why because it cuts into the rooms above it, which are Drake and Amy's room. I guess it kind of does this number, but I don't know what to fill the rest of the room with. Do some very, very lazy I guess more like Talibets. You know, add little things on the walls and happy memories, and maybe coat of arms over here. Yeah, this is probably a big old window, just a giant window. Actually, for easy reference, see how well I can mimic a certain logo. There, I know it's a window now because I made a window. I think I was at 9 minutes, so about 10 minutes just into the last recording. That means I need to do 20 more. I'm still under the weather, if you can't tell. So, I don't think we're gonna do a stream this weekend. Here's a question: would she have her hair up at the house, or would she have it open? That is a good question. I mean, she probably, because she's no longer in the workplace, she probably has she probably took her hair down, and it's in a more of a, she's letting it flow a little freer. Well, I think I've already told you, she is their primary mechanic. Wow, the father is. He also looks like he could possibly be given the eyes to his wife. That's the other option. It's like you're at the dinner table. Stop it. I wanted to say something else, but it sounded like the other landlady and her husband and her son have come home, doing this a little later than I normally do. I say a little later. It's 1 o'clock. I don't normally do it this late, but well, actually, it probably wouldn't be. She'd probably wash her face, but it looks like she's wearing the same shirt she would wear in her day job, so it might still have some bits of grime on it from her, and she might not be able to get all of them off of her arm. So just to remind us that she's still a mechanic. She's working on as a mechanic. Remember, this is not, for me, this is not the final sketch. This is to get the shapes right, to get them in place. And see whether anything's off. he says. Whoops. Wasn't thinking. Actually, I think it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna... Or just probably gonna do this because I don't want him to break line of sight. Again, putting things down. Taking into account rules of character interactions. You don't want the tails of word balloons to get in the way of character sight lines. Which is why I try to bend it around Drake's head instead of bending it, just letting it go through his line of vision, because he's looking off in this direction towards her. It's not so much, oh my god, it's a, what? Drake's a lot nicer to everybody. Mostly, I think, because, yeah, he's a noble. He's a noble, very much so. But you'll see how he acts, why he treats everybody a little more evenly, why he understands how to be a proper guest, how to be a proper person. It has a lot to do with his mother. She's right. it's still too big for her to be surprised. So dot eyes with maybe a small circle to indicate a highlight. And we can lock that down. And we can make the proper adjustments. And Drake's like, well, I don't even want to know what he said to make you react like that. It's like, you don't. You just don't. And I'm gonna leave that up. I'm gonna leave that up in the air. And there will never be a definite answer as to what Thomas ever said to piss off the Hensiks. But all we do know is they don't. It was enough for Jason to punch him in the face, and Drake laughed at the fact that Jason punched him in the face, and Thomas came home with a black eye. Alright, I think I'm done. I'm done with this for today. I might come back to it and do more actually, but I think we're done. See y'all guys later.